faced during the working hours. We had to work through pain and suffering, through tears and sickness. We broke ourselves down for these companies. That's how it all began.
The year is 1898. Marie Curie and her partner Pierre Curie developed the element radium. Radium is a low-level radioactive element made from decayed uranium, and it was then used to make a glow-in-the-dark paint in 1908. This paint was called Undark and was created by Dr. Sabin Arnold von Sochi.
Undark was then used in several doll painting companies to paint glow-in-the-dark numerals on watches for soldiers and plenty other products during World War I.
What happened if they ate it?
Let's try to stay on task, okay? And Logan, maybe get that checked out. I remember those days. Painting with precision and accuracy. If only it wasn't so deadly.
The main technique and the thing that's behind almost all of these deaths is something called lip pointing. It's when you place the tip of the paintbrush into your mouths, using your lips and tongues to form the bristles into a point so the numerals on watches could be more sharp and precise.
With the contact of the paint in our mouths and the digestion of the harmful element, horrible effects started happening to painters like us. Our jaws started deteriorating, our bodies were sore all over, our teeth fell out, and so the effects caught up with us and we died. Full of agony and suffering. It was horrible.
The managers knew that the radium paint was bad for you. A treasurer told Grace Fryer, don't do that, you're going to get sick. If a treasurer knew that the paint was bad for you, why did the managers not warn us? Now on to the effects of radium. Since radium is so similar to calcium, our bodies would route the Undark paint to our bones via the blood system, causing decay and deformation of the skeletal structure.
Beep.
Did any of the women survive?
Some did, but most did not survive.
I'm sure we'll find out later in the documentary.
Beep.
Undark wasn't just used on clocks and dial watches, it was also used on things like house numerals, weapon sights, conductor's batons, speedometers, piano keys, toothpaste, and dyes, and also a drug called Radithor. In my opinion, it did not taste very good.
That's right. Undark was used in drinks, foods, and most importantly, clothing and working attire.
Because radium dial painters were mainly women, they would dress up beneath their coats and aprons and go to work. These women would get radium paint all over themselves and flaunt it after work. Since the fluorescent lights of the pubs and other establishments that they attended, due to the chemical reaction of the Undark and the radium inside of it, they would start glowing. This is what slowly led to the buildup of radium inside their bloodstream and the effects that we know today. In 1938, Leonard Grossman spoke. Language could coin no words of odium to condemn the cool, calculating radium Dow company workers that were lulled into a false sense of security by dastardly and diabolical, fake and fraudulent misrepresentations.
These women were careless with the amount of radium they ingested and put under their skin, not knowing that it would hurt them and eventually lead to death. Now to the end of our story.
There are several known deaths who have occurred from radium poisoning, but there are also some that were never documented at all. Molly McGee, my dearest friend, my colleague, was the first documented death.
Molly McGee suffered from severe radium poisoning and died when she was only 24 years old. Her death was covered up as syphilis on her death certificate, and her diagnosis was later used against her in a lawsuit against her former employment company.
Not too long after McGee's death, I passed away. Radium eats the bone, as steadily and surely as fire burns wood. I tragically died October 27th, 1933.
Not long after my dearest Grace passed away. The effects had taken their toll on my body. I could hardly move. My body was aching. I was bedridden.
Catherine didn't mourn the loss of her future. She persevered. She still stepped into court, aching, exhaustion and pain filling her body. She collapsed at the judge's feet.